Hey folks, this is ioether, and we're back with some more World of Tanks. This is Ronnok, and this is obviously an E-100. Now, Ronnok actually brought a couple friends in this game. That is PriorityAces, and over there is VonHartig. There we go. Somewhere over there. Both are great guys, both are good friends of mine, and, well, all these guys are. And so, this is a tier 10 game on Runeberg, and that's a 35% chance to win this. Yay. So the other team has a Unicum player and a T57 heavy, right, and two other members in T57s from the same clan who are blue. So this is going to be a fun game at very least. Oh, come on. Aww. That would have been one dead, or at least very much in pain. AMX 1375. That scout was actually doing a fairly decent run, trying to make sure that his team had some vision. Vision, of course, will lead to victory. Nah, lack of vision tends to be what gets you killed, as a general rule. Now these guys are spreading out because they know that they're going to have to hold off these T57s from doing a push. Now, as much as it is a tier 10 game, there's only 4 tier 10s per team. 3 of them are heavy tanks in a platoon, and then an RD on each team. So, if our heroes work together, they actually should be able to pull this out. Maybe, depending on how well the T57s work together, and if they present their rear ends to a bunch of E-100s. Well, that's that's about 2,500 damage right there. Yeah. Well, that'll definitely hurt somebody. Now, of course, the T57s are autoloaders, so they have the ability to unload multiple shells. So, you know, running on the open after you see one fire it isn't going to help you much. But so far, Ronnok and the rest of these guys have done some fairly serious damage. Oh. I think Ronnok just got shot in the back. I hope that was from the E-100 or AMX 5100 back there, and not from a friendly E-100, because that would be a problem. So he's desperately trying to get a shot onto the turret of the T57 heavies, because the turret on the T57 is actually fairly soft. Most of the American turrets are fairly good for being bouncy or good frontal armor, but the T57 is different because of the fact that it's an auto-loader. Its turret is really soft, and you can put shots through it fairly easily. Even if you don't actually put shots all the way through, it's really likely that you'll damage the gun, damage a loader, or make it so it cannot, damage the turret drive, right? So Ronnok is putting in some good damage on these guys. He's trying to side scrape, and it's not really working because he's getting shot from behind, which is just a problem, really. So it looks like he's tired of these guys shooting him, and he's going to ask them to kindly back off. He does that by shooting them in the face. Yeah. Now, we're losing this battle. Currently, we've lost the field completely, and we're not doing great in the town, and that was a really unfortunate shot into that T-34. I actually thought that T-34 was dead, but his tracks ate that entire shot. So our platoon is backing off. Who is this in the camo? This is VonHartig. Okay, so VonHartig and Ronnok are backing up. They want to set up for a defense, and great, Priority just took out the T-34, so that means there's less pressure on our heroes, but there's still quite a bit of pressure. There's still 2 T-57 heavies alive and kicking, and there's a leopard flanking in behind us. And he's coming in for our arty, which at this point in time is a really big gun we do not want to lose. Yeah, he cannot have the firing arc, but it can sit behind a corner and shotgun somebody. There is the Leopard PTA gone, and it looks like VonHartig is taking shots at the Conqueror as well. There are 2 Conquerors inbound. That's going to make things slightly more difficult, but not horrible. It looks like our Artie is setting up for a shot on this Conqueror that's far away. Hopefully he can take it out completely. Yeah, that looks like the Artie just did 600 damage to the Conqueror. Good. Unfortunately, VonHartig got shot from behind, so that means that Tortoise? Yeah, the Tortoise was in position. And now Ronnok's getting shot on the side by the Conqueror. These guys are in a bad position, but there's nothing they can do about it. I guess they can actually kill the guys who are trying to kill them. That always helps things. Oh no, we lost priority. Well, that's going to make things more difficult for certain. Unfortunately, Ronnok's having a hard time penetrating this Tortoise. You notice he hasn't used any gold rounds yet. He's just been firing AP. And what is that Tortoise? Oh, I guess if the gun reloaded a little bit faster, that would have been one unfortunate or dead Tortoise. But, you know. Oh, still got his flank. Nice shot. Low damage roll, but it doesn't matter. One more shot will be all it takes to finish this guy off. And he should be able to get one in on the... I don't know, doesn't matter. VonHartig came around from the other side and killed the guy. Looks like this Conqueror and the E1 are both one-shots. And then we're just going to have to go ahead and hunt down Artie. That poor Conqueror did not realize how much of his back end was sticking out. Wow. So these guys have done the impossible. This was a 35% game that is now almost won. There we go. There's the E1 dealt with. Now they all just got to run and not get killed by an Artie. Easier said than done. If the Artie is doing this right, he should be set up in a bush near a corner where he can let his aim settle and shotgun the first guy around that corner. Now, if these guys separate and don't work together, then they're all going to arrive at the Artie at different times. And if they do that, then... Sorry, if they do that and they all arrive at the Artie at separate times, then the Artie can actually take them out one by one by one. However, these guys are talking to each other. Teamwork! I know, it's World Tanks, random battle. Who sees teamwork, right? Well, apparently, these guys are going to actually work together. So, VonHartig has asked the IS-3 to run through the field to make sure the T-92 is out there. Is not out there, sorry. Whereas Ronnok and VonHartig are going to push to the cap and start a cap. They want to force the enemy Artie to come out of position and have to deal with them. And if you can force the enemy Artie to move before he has to fire, there's a lot less chance that he can kill you. Also, if there's more than one of you on the cap at a time, then he's got to come and face 2 of you. And yeah, he might kill one of you, but there's no way he kills both, right? So Ronnok is watching this side because he knows that VonHartig and the IS-3 have all of this covered already. So there's no point in him looking this way when this way is what's going to threaten him. Now, yeah, the Artie could possibly come out of the actual city, but that seems unlikely. So you notice that Ronnok is constantly looking around. He's got his gun pointed one way currently, and his actual view is pointed another, and that's so that if it turns out that the Artie tries to sneak up behind him, he knows it's there. But if the Artie doesn't and pops up on his map in front of him, his turret is already partially in position. And that means that the Artie is probably down in K1 area and is just firing random blind shots. He cannot see Ronnok, otherwise that shot would have landed closer to the target. He had that much time to aim. He had enough time to drop the shot on target if he knew where Ronnok was. But he didn't, so he's just going to fire randomly once, and then that's going to be game. That was an epic comeback, guys. Thank you so much for sending this into me. 7,000 damage, huh? 1,800 experience with premium non-doubled for this game. Wow. That was, of course, his ace tanker, the high caliber, which we're not really surprised about, and the invader, which I've never seen on E-100 before. That was so awesome to watch. 7,389 damage done in E-100. It's definitely plausible, but wow, that game, right? Now, props needs to go to the friendly IS-3, Nikki 8. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. You deserve some props because an IS-3 surviving a tier 10 game and getting second most experience means he did quite a bit. He absorbed 2,000 potential damage and dealt 1,500 back. That guy, one of the reasons we won this game, along with, of course, the platoon of E-100s, all of which deserve credit. 16 shots fired, a lot of them hit and then penetrated, which of course is why he did so much damage. These guys received about 8 grand in potential damage that they spread out between the 3 of them and absorbed as much as they could without taking actual damage. Though VonHartig survived with a sliver of health left after this game. So I was right. One of those shots into the back of Ronnok was from an ally. The very first shot into the back of Ronnok's turret was from VonHartig, and he got 10k credits for that. But that's not really something you want to happen, even if you get the money for it, right? Though I am grateful that the new patch allows allies to have to pay compensation fees as well as other friendlies. That was a really great game to watch. I had so much fun with it. Thank you so much, Ronnok, for sending it in. Thank you guys for hitting that like or subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. This is ioether out.